Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. When I think of the definition of a leader, I think it's fundamentally a person who helps people do their best work with that shared purpose. There's many ways to skin the cat when it comes to leadership. And with motivational strategies, leadership is about energizing people to willingly give their best effort and help them understand the why. Not that they're seen and heard, but that they're also valued with that shared purpose. As VPM, which is the Vice President of Membership, I had the perfect opportunity to flex my motivational skills last fall. Let me give you a little background. We had a debate. Toastmasters did something great. We disagreed, and we did not do it quietly. There were two really strong speeches. Anybody here recall what that was? Strong viewpoints of should our club go hybrid or not. One speaker made a compelling case for why we should do hybrid meetings every time. The accessibility, the flexibility, the inclusion. Another speaker argued just as passionately for staying the course, protecting that quality, the connection, the simplicity of it. Everyone could sense that there was a split. And maybe we could reapproach this with the whole AI topic, but it was definitely an elephant in the room. It wasn't hostile. People weren't angry, but it was definitely something we had to discuss at the officers' meeting. So at the officers' meetings, we had that choice. Do we pick a side? Do we go hybrid or not? Or do we ask the better question? What does the club actually need? Well, as Vice President of Membership, 3 months into the role, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to not only get a feel for where we stood around hybrid meetings, but what were our personal interests and the sense of characteristics that people loved about our club. This was the discovery phase. I sent out a survey that had probably more questions than people wanted, but it was 30 questions, and we still got 20 members to respond. At that time, that was more than 80% of our members, which means that everybody was willing to give their feedback. Now, the hybrid question, what the data really said was that yeah, we're pretty okay with having it as it is. And I remember in the officers' meeting, there was a statement of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Definitely the situation for here. But what else that we got out of that was that the insight for the opportunity to understand what were our members' needs. Obviously, this word cloud that I have behind me was the copious amount of positivity that everybody has for our club. It's the people, the friendliness, how welcome and supported people see and feel. But what they like least told a deeper story. We needed better engagement. We needed clearer roles, and we needed more support for new members. But as a side note, we also need people to log in and sign up for roles, okay? Yes, this club is not about the meeting format. It's about belonging and feeling included. So what was the direction that we had? I presented the results to our officers, and really, I think that's when the motivation kicked in. As club leaders, we determined the path forward was not only to share the results of this survey so that they can feel seen and heard, but also have our members feel valued as participants in this club. We agreed Nancy would present to the club in place of her educational minute, again, so that people knew their voice was heard, but everyone else doubled down on what makes this club live up to that mission, providing that supportive and positive learning experience. Now, this also tied into the same time that pathways switched. So we did a lot of presenting on the Toastmaster basics of the Better Club series, the Successful Club series. How is it that your role fits into the entire club, and how are we all successful? Since this debate, we've gained 6 new members. We have amazing mentors, and we're working on getting those roles filled, right, everybody? Each and every member of this club is making it successful. So when I think of leadership in terms of the motivational strategies, I would say that there were really three nuggets that I had. First was psychological safety. People are honest because we gave them that survey as a safe way to speak. Transparency. We didn't filter out the data. I'll be honest, I don't know that I ever voiced it, but I was totally against hybrid meetings. But the data itself stood on its own. And what was great was that we had that shared ownership. When we presented everything that everybody likes about this club and what we need to work on, it wasn't my recommendation, it was our collective voice. Motivation isn't about dragging people in your direction. It's about creating that path where they want to walk with you. Toastmasters teaches us to use our voice. And this project reminded me, as we get to hear from all of our evaluations and all the other projects, is leadership is about listening first. When we slow down, ask thoughtful questions, and invite honest feedback, we don't just solve problems. We motivate people to show up, participate, and care. And that's the kind of club worth being a part of.